So in regards to disruption, what we're looking at is a reduction in motivation and ability to fulfill responsibilities, whether that's at home, at school, or in other social environments. I also look out for aspects where there's been disruptions to bodily functions. So for example, bowel movements are delayed or interrupted because they're so engrossed in their online activity. There can be disruptions to the sleep-wake cycle, so that they're getting to sleep at the wrong time for the wrong amount, so their functioning reduces significantly as well. And in more extreme instances, they can be playing or being online during the night and the morning and sleeping all day. Another aspect to look out for is distress. And so what we're looking at there is significant reactions, typically in terms of there being delays or blockages to usage of software, whether that's the internet or video games. And the distress that I see can vary from frustration to anger to violence to harm to themselves and other people. There can be suicidal gestures or attempts. There can be also significant bouts of depression and anxiety when they've been blocked or cut off. The third part that I look out for is the degree to which they're online versus in the face-to-face world. And in the significant area where it becomes a significant concern, what I'm seeing is basically that the vast majority of time is spent online. There might be some contact with the face-to-face world, but it tends to be incidental and home-based. So basically, and this is in the more extreme instance, the person that we're concerned about may see someone else, but it's more related to meeting a need, like getting food. And that when there is contact, it tends to be mostly negative, it tends to be conflict, it tends to be stress, as opposed to there being neutral, positive conversation going on. So the statistics, well, in terms of research, there hasn't been anything new in regards to prevalence, but last I checked, the prevalence, depending on which age group you include within it, varies from about 6 to 8% for those who are online or gaming. What I've seen in my clinic is that there's been an increase in number of people seeking help, but also a broader range of ages and related issues to it. So initially it was parents referring their teenage children because they kind of reached a point of thinking, well, this isn't a phase, they're not growing out of it, we need to do something. But I'm seeing the age range dropping down to about 11 years of age and up to about 40 years of age as well. And so I'll get referrals for parents concerned about most of the time their son, and often there's been more and more instances of there being reports of violence, threatening, intimidation and theft. So within the presentation, I'll be giving an overview as to what's out there in terms of the game titles, what's often a problem, what game titles are the biggest problems within with the parents that come and present to me and ask for help. I'll also be giving an overview of how people get stuck, the kind of problems that people come to me with, how to get unstuck. I'll also be giving an overview and some pretty straightforward techniques on how to improve connection with your children, how to improve engagement and teamwork as opposed to getting stuck in a trap of trying to police them and then losing the quality of the relationship as well. And I'll also be giving some tips of how to help them foster their own critical thinking and how to make wise choices and facilitate that for them, instead of us having to always be the ones making the wise, responsible choices. And there's just a little bit of it.